Hi everybody and welcome back to F1 2022 Manager, where Aston Martin are, well, struggling a little bit. 9th in the Constructors. The season objective is to hit 8th. And the last episode, if you haven't seen it, I mean, stop this video and go and check it out, because it was a little bit crazy. Early drama, great drive from Vettel. We played it really, really well. And I feel like we are learning. Every episode we're learning strategy stuff and we're learning how to make the best out of this car. So we're heading into the Miami Grand Prix. Not the best circuit, I feel. I think we're going to struggle quite a lot in this one. Performance targets, so qualifying position, they just want us to get 15th. Are we going to risk saying we'll get someone into Q2? No, we're not, because we've never got out of Q1 at all in this position. Finishing position, they want both of our drivers to finish 15th or above. Excellent. We're not going to get the fastest lap either, and the positioning streak is, well, never going to happen. So there you go. We're not going to change anything to do with the sponsors. In terms of the cars, we've got the chassis now on both of our cars, which is good. It is an improved chassis. It is going to help us out. The new front wing is also on both cars. We had that in the last Grand Prix as well. And other than that, it's only the suspension that we've actually upgraded, and both cars have that one as well. So we are sort of getting there in terms of what we're doing. Projects we've got going on. We are manufacturing some underfloors for our first point of call. We are developing a new underfloor. And sort of like, why are we making new ones? Oh, because we had damage. That's why. So we did have to replace them. And the rear wing is being designed as well. We're getting a new rear wing, which is absolutely awesome. In terms of projects we can do at the moment, we can't research anything. We can only manufacture stuff, but I don't want to do that because I'm going to want to manufacture the new rear wing and underfloor when we are able to. So generally, that's us all caught up. There's not too much more to talk about. We're still making an upgrade to the race simulator, the wind tunnel and the factory, which are taking quite a long time. We did purchase a memorabilia room, which has put us in a bit of good stead. We've got 16 million to spend, so we could look at upgrading. In fact, I'm going to upgrade the weather centre. It was a bit unplanned, not what I expected to do, but we're upgrading the weather centre to give us more accurate forecasts of the weather, because I think that is quite a good thing to have generally.
We're in the state of year-round summer. It's the Miami Grand Prix, and we're here in Florida at the Miami International Autodrome. The streets of Miami Gardens will come alive with the roar of racing, and the excitement is only just beginning. Spectacle is the name of the game here in Miami, with a stadium at the heart of this track. With long straights and S-bends, not unlike Suzuka's Sector 1, proper ERS management is sure to give drivers an edge towards victory. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. The competition is on.
So yes, the competition is on, and ERS management is key. This sector here, I think, is going to be crucial for a bit of ERS management, sort of harvest it and then deploy it down this long straight, and in the Mickey Mouse sort of section that we're talking about over here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know the drill. We'll do practice off camera. We'll be back for qualifying and then the race. See you in a bit. So practice 1, 2 and 3 is all done. And it's probably, I would argue, one of our best practice sessions ever, really. Practice session 1, we got Seb up to 12th. We did one session on the soft tyre, running quickly, doing a 1:33.5. In practice 2, Seb then did a 1:32.4, which we did as a qualifying sort of prep to see how we're going to do. And practice 3, we then did it with Vettel again, and Hülkenberg both had sort of practice quali runs after getting really good setups. But a 1:33.1 is sort of what we're looking at. If Seb can pull out a 1:32.4 in qualifying, I will be relatively happy. I'll be, to be honest, a 1:31 may see us get into Q2 for the first time ever. I'm not too sure. If we look then at the overview, is it an overview? I think it's in reports, post-practice report. Yeah, so this is what I was looking for. The compound performance of the tyres shows how much the degradation sort of seconds per lap gets you. So I'm thinking medium to hard may be the way to go with this one. But let's head into qualifying. And first off, yeah, 96% confidence for Seb, 99% confidence for Nico. Lots of crashes in qualifying as well. One flying lap. Car 1's ready. Car 2's ready. Let's get into qualifying. Right, we are in the session. And we're just going to wait and see. I don't want to be the first people on track. I always feel like we're a bit too eager. So one of the Hasses is going. So we're going to send Vettel out after one of the Hasses. I feel like that's not too bad a decision to do. And then we're going to see who else is going to go from here. So there's Vettel making his little move. We've got someone else. So we're going to do... Yeah, why not? We're going to do Schumacher, Vettel, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg is who's going to go out there. So let's... get this moving forward until they get onto their fast lap, of which they're probably... Oh, they're not going to hit traffic. Okay, so Vettel just coming around the corner. So Vettel is now starting his fast lap. So should we dive on board? No, this is the first one in it. We won't dive on board for this. So this will just be a sort of banker lap. Sebastian Vettel coming round, avoided all the traffic. Sits third. Hülkenberg did okay. I just want to slow this down a little bit. He did a 1:31.7 and... Hülkenberg with a 1:33.5 really needs to improve on that, but a 1:31 is good. I'm not too upset about that. As you can see, it's basically a whole second ahead of Albon. Half a second ahead. So not too bad. We're going to get the next set of softs on ready for this one as well, and we'll do it for Hülkenberg as well, ready for the next lap. So, yeah, not dreadful. Not absolutely dreadful. As you can see, we're quite a way off the Ferrari, setting a 1:29, nearly 2 seconds off them. Yeah, difficult situation, this one. We're just... The day that we get out of Q1 is going to be a glorious, momentous day for this team. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. Right, I think we're going to... We're going to send out now with 9 minutes to go. No, I think we're going to just wait until... Yeah, we're going to wait and do this at the end, I think. Okay, so we're getting close to the danger time of around about 2 minutes, which is when we're going to go out and hopefully set a time. Our best is still Vettel with a 1:31, which sees him in 16th. I mean, 6 1,000ths of a second off Schumacher. So we're... In terms of those laps, we're really not far of getting out of Q1. Hülkenberg's a long way off the pace. I think we're going to send Hülkenberg out first when we go. I'm just going to pause this. We've got someone just about to leave the paddock. So Vettel, 1:31 was his best, 1:33. So if we're aiming for 1:31 for both of them, I think with we'll send them out with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. That should be 2 minutes and 30. We'll send our first driver out 2 minutes and 30. That should give us plenty to go. So 2 minutes 30. We've got Latifi coming out, Hamilton, quite a lot of people coming out. So Hülkenberg, 2 minutes 30 and 2 minutes 25 is Vettel. So lots of people leaving the paddock, leaving the pit lane, and it's only Zhou and Magnussen behind us. So we are going to ride on board with Sebastian Vettel when he starts his flying lap. So let's get to that point now, as he's going to just come round here. He's rounding the corner, and we are riding on board with Sebastian Vettel to see what he can do. A 1:30. I can't see us hitting a 1:30, but I would love to see how we're going to do here. So this is the timer we need to look at. I want to see a green sector. Green, green, green is what I want to see, Seb. Green, green, green. Let's have a look at Hülkenberg as well. We'll keep him on the screen just to see if we can set something good here. I haven't actually driven Miami yet on the F1 game, so I'm looking forward to doing that. It's meant to be a very technical circuit. Come on, Seb. What have you got? What have you got here? Okay, green sectors for both of them in Sector 1. That's good. I mean, Hülkenberg has got a lot to improve on, to be honest. So he's set a time slower than the Williams. Come on, Seb. Let's see what you've got. Get into this technical area here. Work it around. Keep putting it in. It's a yellow Sector 2. That's not what you want to see. Albon didn't go quicker. The one we really need to see is Magnussen, who is going to be crossing the line not too far away from the line looking at the mini-map. If we can just beat Magnussen. And Schumacher, sorry. Schumacher's the one to beat, who I think will be crossing the line now. He's not gone that much quicker. Seb's in with a chance here. Seb is in with a chance. Obviously, Magnussen is behind us at the moment. We need to find... Oh, not very much. Come on, Seb, put this in. It's a 1:31.6. Sebastian Vettel is 15th. It's all down to Magnussen, who's behind us. Oh, Magnussen knocked us out. He went 11th. Oh, for a minute there, I thought we had done it. Oh, Sebastian Vettel put in a great time. Oh, he's got 16th and 18th. I thought we were out. I thought we were out of Q1. Oh, my word. Sebastian Vettel with a 1:31.6. Tsunoda with a 1:31.5. Oh, 6.256. So it's 0.06 of a second. Oh my god, that is infuriating. We've demolished the Williams again, like 0.3 of a second ahead of them. Schumacher splits us on the grid. Oh, I thought we had done it. I thought we had done it. A 1:31.6 is Seb's best time. Oh, bloody Tsunoda. Unbelievable. So a decent qualifying. I'm not too upset with that, to be honest. It was so close. As you see, Verstappen has got pole. Leclerc in second. Perez third. Sainz fourth. Russell, Bottas, Hamilton. We ended up... It was Magnussen who actually ended up finishing 15th with a 1:29.2. Oh, gutting. Right, let's get onto some strategy then. I mean, medium to hards would probably make sense. I'm not going to pick a strategy with Seb just yet. Let's go to Nico. And I think with Nico, we're going to edit this one. And we're going to get him to push all the time, which means you can extend the softs a little bit. The medium, sorry. Oh, in fact, if we started soft and went medium soft, what can we get out of that if we really push? Not enough. It's going to have to be a hard in there somewhere. And then, I mean, this is tough on the old tyres, this race, isn't it? Bloody hell. I'm tempted to go for something like that with Nico. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's try something different with Nico Hülkenberg. There's no rain, it's all sunshine and a bit cloudy, so that's not too bad. And then I think Seb, starting in 16th, we play it a little bit simpler. Yeah, the mediums absolutely die off at the end, don't they, if you push them. So let's go slightly easier on the... Oh, I sort of want to get an undercut, though. An undercut would allow us to go... If we go onto the hards there, I mean, they're just going to die off. They can't, mate, you can't start. How many laps do we need to get out of that to make the hards? I mean, yeah, that's going to be killer. Oh, my word. This is tough. I think we're gonna go with that medium to hards, and then we're gonna try and manage it. We'll be pitting relatively late. Yeah, look, it absolutely kills it if you up the pace and the tyres. Do we put both of them on a 2-stop and try something different? Maybe we do just put both of them on a monumental 2-stop and see how we get on here. I'm wondering if we go sort of end on the hards, have a full-out stint on the softs in the middle, which is the quickest tyre. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start Nico soft, hard, medium, and Vettel's going to go medium, soft, hard, and we're going to see how it works. 16th and 18th is where we start. Driver options then, push, fuel usage up. We're going to go into overtake. In fact, you know what? We're just going to deploy it straight off the bat. Straight off the bat. Up that goes. Fuel as well, straight into deploy. Fuel, we're going to overfuel the car again, just by 2 laps. I feel like that worked well with Seb last time. It did allow us to push quite a lot. Right, here we go, into the Miami Grand Prix. Here we go. Right, here we go then. Waiting for 5 red lights. We are at the back, and this is going to be interesting as lights are out. Looked like a very good start from Leclerc up against Verstappen, to be honest. We're pushing hard. We're pushing hard. We're pushing early. And, well, Vettel needs to get up to Magnussen very early on, straight away into this little strain. Hulkenberg not having a good start. Albon battling him early on. Let's go and see tyre strategies. Hulkenberg's the only one on softs. He's the only one doing a completely different strategy to everybody else. So, yeah, let's see how this unfolds. Vettel, again, we need to get early places. We need to make early places count. So, let's ride on board with Sebastian Vettel, who is very, very close to the Haas in front of him, which is good to see. It's what we want. 0.1 second. Hulkenberg 0.1 second off Schumacher as well. And again, the earlier we can ditch the Williams, the better. As I probably could have stayed within his sort of slipstream then. And, you know, a little dive down the inside every so often would be nice to see from Seb. I think it doesn't feel like he's the bravest of drivers. Now, we are obviously carrying a lot more weight in the car to allow us to push the fuel harder. But where we can do that, it does mean you can accelerate harder and therefore generally generate more speed. And you burn off the fuel. So I'm not too fussed about carrying a bit of extra weight. Maybe 2 extra laps is a bit too much, or 2 extra kilograms is a bit too much. But we need to go. Come on, put it in, put it in, put it in. Everyone's sort of deploying the battery. It's a long old straight, this one here, isn't it? It's a long, long old straight as you come down into the tight left. And we've got him! We've got him! Magnussen has been beaten. I wanted Seb to do a little dive, and he has done it. And that is a great position gained. And now we're on the back of Yuki Tsunoda.
You're in a good place.
Looking for this one as well. We've just got to hope our pit strategy isn't going to mess us around. Great overtake from Sebastian Vettel. And he's right on the back of Tsunoda as well, as Hulkenberg is now looking to make a move on Magnussen. Come on. Come on, Nico. Prove to us why I was right to drop Stroll and bring you in. It's something we wanted to do straight away. We had to wait a couple of weeks. Stroll didn't perform, so we got rid of him. And, yeah, again, Tsunoda giving a 1 second gap to Zhao in front. So we really need to make this one work. We're on lap 2. We are still trying to deploy all of our ERS. We'll get into some ERS management later. But if we can make this move, you can just see ahead there. Vettel is trying to make a move on Tsunoda, and he's gone to the left-hand side. Can Vettel make that dive bomb? Tsunoda's trying to defend it. We've hit... I think he got just on the brakes before hitting into the back of Magnussen. But it's not the best bit of braking there from Nico Hulkenberg. Maybe he's feeling a bit of pressure knowing that we're riding on board with him. But into this sort of little mini section here where we will be charging ERS in the future. And now we can deploy everything. Go, everyone go. Nico, you're on softs. You should be bombing past all these people. And he is deploying. Come on, Nico. And Vettel's trying to make a move as well up in front. We get a good viewpoint here from Nico Hulkenberg. Come on, you're on the softs. You're deploying. You're pushing. Should be making this work. Dive down the inside. Vettel's trying to go around the outside. Nico's got him.
DRS is enabled now.
Nico's got him, and we're in a good position here with DRS because Tsunoda's not going to have it on Zhou.
Good job.
Come on, Seb. While we're riding aboard with Nico, watching Seb, where's Nico? I want to say don't fight with teammates.
Aston Martin with a great play there.
If Vettel gets past, I don't need to press this because I want him to fight with Tsunoda. As Vettel is getting past, we are climbing up here. Oh, I forgot to change the engines. Oh, crap. Did I forget to change the engines? I did. Oh, the gearbox is on 40%. The engine's on 54%. Oh, no. I may have had a shocker here. I may have had a bit of a shocker. I really hope it isn't our engines that cause us to have issues in this race. So Seb's still running with his new gearbox. His engine's at 51. Oh, this will be the last race we get out of these. As we're going to make a move on Tsunoda. Is he going to get Vettel as well? Hopefully we box Tsunoda out here. And we do. So both Aston Martins get through. Don't fight teammate. We're going to
Keep doing what you're doing.
let Vettel... In fact, no, we don't want to do that, do we? Let's let them race. Let them race. Let them race. Absolutely no worries there. Let them race. As... battery is empty, so we'll just drop down to neutral for a second. We're going to have to manage a bit of this now as the race continues, but both of us up into 14th and 15th, and Hulkenberg is making a move on Seb. Last time something like this happened, we crashed and hit each other, but luckily we haven't done that. We are letting them battle. We haven't crashed. Oh my word, this is intense. Right, well, I'm just going to do a couple of laps of managing ERS without a bit of commentary unless something drastic happens. But yeah, Whoa, bloody hell, what a start. Live action as Nico Hülkenberg is trying to get round Sebastian Vettel as the Aston Martins are battling. It's Seb just with a nose in front, Nico on the inside track, and Hülkenberg has got him. Wow, what a race we're having here between the Aston Martins. We have been managing a little bit of ERS just for that lap, but this is huge here. Nico's in front. Let's get him to deploy all of his battery that we did sort of eke up a little bit. Let's get on board with Seb just to see what's happening here as Nico and Seb trying to give each other a bit of a tow. Nico didn't have DRS, but this could be a very interesting race. Our strategy is going to be very interesting having a two-stop. I'm hoping a lot of other people are going to two-stop as well, but we'll have to see how this one goes, to be honest. As Nico is now making a move on Zhou as well, and he's got him. Nico is on the charge up into 13th. This is absolutely brilliant from Nico Hülkenberg, who has sit out. He's sitting out every practice one at the moment because we're giving our young driver the chance to get some time in the car. And Nico Hülkenberg is flying through this group of drivers at the moment. He is pushing. He is on the quicker tyre. He does have two-stop strategy, but I'm hoping that this works out well for us. So in what is turning out to be a well exciting race, Sebastian Vettel is up to 12th, overtaking Ricciardo. Hülkenberg is hot on Ricciardo's tail now as well, as Ricciardo's probably going to try and make a move back on Seb. But we're trying to get Hülkenberg back. We're just trying to push him a bit to get back in the DRS range of Daniel Ricciardo. And you can see here he's doing a fantastic job of doing that. Let's get some harvest on in these corners. And manually doing this ERS is absolutely massive. It really allows us to maximise our potential here. So we're just going to try and get Seb to now pull away, and we're going to try and get Nico onto the back of Ricciardo. You can see 1.2 seconds, so he's not going to have DRS down this long straight. But if we deploy the battery, hopefully it all works. We just need to keep an eye on... oh, he does have DRS. Nicely done, Nico. Nicely done. We just need to keep an eye on balancing everything that we need to do. Pit stops, strategy, everything like that. We just need to keep a balance on it to make sure that we can do what we need to do in this race. I'm still a little bit worried about the two stoppers. It is going to add a lot of time in with the pit stops, and we need our pit crew to really perform to their best to allow us to make it work. But yeah, so far so good in Miami, coming up to lap number 10. And we're doing a really, really good job here. Both drivers doing an absolutely superb job. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm very, very, very impressed. So right now, we're going to deploy here. We're going to deploy there.
Use energy if you need it.
Down this straight. It's a long, old, fast straight, this one. Really, really quick. Seb is doing a great job of defending from Ricciardo at the moment. And he's still trying to hold on. Look how quickly Nico can catch them up. Let's get into a bit of harvest in this sort of dodgy, weird section down here, into all the bends, all the slow corners. There is a bit of a concertina sort of happening behind us now in a DRS train. But again, we can deploy down this straight, and then when you get to the end of the straight, go to neutral. Loving it. I think this is the future. Like, you've got to manage it lap by lap and not accelerate too much. You can go to like 2 times speed and speed it up, but you do get much more of a feel for what is needed. As we'll now drop down to neutral into this section. You can see that Nico's using a bit less ERS because he's getting the pull from Daniel Ricciardo, and he's going to try and make a move now. Is there enough space? No, there's not. Lap 10 though, we are doing very, very well. If we have a quick check on the strategies, Nico's going to be pitting not too far away. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 more laps for Nico. Vettel's got a bit more time to go, so I'm just very intrigued to see what the AI is doing in terms of strategy. So we'll stick with this just a little bit. Do you know what? We're going to push this. We're going to keep Seb in neutral, but we're going to say Nico can really have a go at Daniel Ricciardo on this long, fast straight. Come on, Nico, make this work. Make this work. Catch them up and make a move. He is catching them up, and Seb's doing such a good job of defending off Daniel as Nico went for the move, got it slightly wrong. Didn't quite have that right. Let's harvest up through here. through these little S-bends, round the last corner, deploy as we can quickly get back on the gearbox of Daniel Ricciardo. We do have warnings, by the way, from both race engineers about gearbox wear, which we've got to be careful of. But Sebastian Vettel is doing a wonderful job in front of Nico Hülkenberg. He says that his fuel's a little bit off, but I think that's going to be fine. I'm not too worried about that. We're going to put Seb into deploy just to make sure that he can defend coming down this corner. We'll go to neutral there. Neutral there. Both batteries are now drained with that little bit of defence. It looks like that Nico trying to make that move has actually cost him some time, but not too worried about that at the moment. We're going to have a couple of laps just on neutral, and I'm going to manage the time difference. As long as Nico stays in the DRS of Daniel, we are all good. Yeah, so Nico's tyres are dying off a little bit, and that's given Zhou an opportunity to get round him. Sorry, Magnussen to get an opportunity to get round him. So I feel like we're going to have to rely on our ERS a little bit. The powertrain system, the gearbox is kicking up a fuss, saying it's not too happy. We are in the pit window, but I think Hülkenberg's the one we've got to stick to the strategy pretty rigidly. But the gap between Vettel and Norris has opened up to just about over 3 seconds. But Vettel defending Ricciardo is doing a really good job. And Ricciardo defending Nico is doing a really good job. We just got to see what Magnussen's going to do in front of us. What we don't want to happen is that gap between Magnussen and Ricciardo growing, because that's going to really hurt us, I think, later on. We've not got too many more laps until Nico's in. Just a couple more laps. He'll get those tyres round. He'll get those tyres round for, I think. So we've been focusing a lot on Nico, but to be fair, Vettel is doing a fantastic job of not letting Daniel Ricciardo past him, which is absolutely massive. Hülkenberg really dropping off in terms of tyres. He's just got to get through this lap, and then we can get into the ideal point to pit him for that next stint on his next compound of tyres. So this is it. Open the pit options. He's going to come in for... Well, what was his strategy? Hards. He's going to come in for the hards. And that's it. And then we're just going to, pit this lap onto the hards. Push, push, push. Anything we have, just deploy it as soon as it's there. Let's push Vettel a little bit. Oh, no, actually, let's keep that on neutral. Let's work. We can work Vettel's ERS here. So we've got a bit of a quick bit coming here. Into the corners. Gives him a little bit of charge under braking through that, and then we are going to deploy it down this straight just to try and give us a bit of defence against Daniel Ricciardo's DRS and try and put a gap there. But Daniel, you can see him trying to make a move. He's really looking to try and make this move. Right, we are... Well, we've got all the... I mean, if I go to harvest, it's not going to make a difference because of this. So I'm going to leave it on... We'll go to neutral. And then as we get round the final bit of corner, we'll just drop it into harvest just in case. Neutral here, round this corner. We've got to deploy it all just to let him get away. And Nico's not going to be far away behind getting into the pit. So Vettel deploys everything he's got. And yes, he's put a good gap between Daniel Ricciardo there. That is very nice. Very, very nice. It's not quite out of 1 second, so Daniel does still have the DRS. But... It's put a good enough space in between that we can just focus a little bit more here on crossing the line and getting a bit of charge. So I'm going to go and watch Hülkenberg's pit stop. I just want to see how they do. Now, I don't know how long an average pit time is. I should have looked that up. They do give you that in the report. As Hülkenberg comes in for his first stop, going on to the hards. So this is his longest stint, so we should catch up quite a few people in terms of that looks slow. That front right looked very slow. 2.8 time in the pit stop is going to be, wow, around 30 seconds. Wow, 28.8. That is a long stop, but we're going to come out and we're going to come out right at the back. I think we are, but we're going to make up a fair amount of time. So if we'll just keep pushing, we're going to sit in neutral for a little bit and we'll go and push in a minute. But Nico is done. Vettel is just about hanging on. It looks like Ricciardo's going to have the inside for the next lap, so we're going to deploy. No, we're not. That's a stupid decision in this place. We're going to deploy down that straight with DRS, and we should get that place back, I imagine, if we just keep an eye Keep an eye here. We'll now get that on to deploy, really reduce that battery to give us the extra acceleration. Hulkenberg has already overtaken Latifi, so he's doing a good job back there. And now we have DRS and battery that we can deploy. And we are deploying it, and Seb is making the move back on Ricciardo. He gets that position back. Absolutely lovely stuff. Let's harvest under braking a little bit there. Drop that back into neutral. We're going to be coming back across the line. And yeah, still 12th place for Vettel, 19th for Hulkenberg with one pit stop. We're doing a good job here. We're doing a very, very good job. I'm happy with how this is working. Nico's got plenty of fuel. Seb is down a lap, but I think that'll reduce as we go on to different compounds of tyres and do pit stops and stuff. Yeah, at the moment, it's looking okay. It's all going to come down to pit strategy. And if we look at other people's tyre percentages, so people are managing their mediums better than we are, but we know we're doing a two-stop. All of these people are going to come in and pit soon. I think it's going to be a struggle to do a one-stop around here. I feel like everyone's going to be doing some sort of two-stop. So,
Good job.
Again, Hulkenberg has already got back on Albon, so that's good. We're within, that's to the leader. If we look at interval, so interval-wise, what did we say? About 30 seconds. So 2, 6, 11. Hulkenberg could jump a lot of places here with this strategy. I know he's got another stop to do, but it's going to be very, very interesting for Nico. And if Nico can break that 1 second to Albon, we'll get him to harvest so that he can do a couple of full-on fastest laps possible for him, to be honest. We'll leave, I think Vettel on neutral is managing that threat pretty well, to be honest. I'd rather get him to come all the way down here on neutral, harvest as he approaches these corners. I mean, it's on harvest, but he's still putting the battery in for some reason. And then back to neutral as he gets into this straight. But other people are coming into pit. Okay, other people are coming into pit. Ricciardo is pitting. So we really do need to really push this now, Seb. We need to push this because they're going to try and go for the undercut on you. Nico's doing a good job. Nico's doing a pretty good job. Has he broken that 1 second yet? He has broken that 1 second. So let's put him on harvest. Just get him a full battery and then we're going to go full on pelt as other people come into the pits. So Nico's going to... Oh, is he going to jump? I don't know if he's going to jump Ricciardo and Magnussen. No, I think they're out. So they stay just in front of Nico. It's interesting. Oh, God, it's so good. It's so good. So lots of people need to pit and Seb will be coming in pretty soon. Let's stay on board with Nico for a little bit and just have a watch of him, see if he can pull these people in. See, the harvest doesn't... okay, he is harvesting quite a lot as he goes round there. Still deploying a little bit here and there. Yeah, if we can catch up to Magnussen on these hards. What did Magnussen go to? Yeah, so they're on hards as well. They did go for the old... okay, so you can go back down to neutral, Seb.
Copy.
Good bit of pushing, though. Good bit of pushing. Right, let's get Hulkenberg. Oh, no, not there. Not there. That's a stupid place to start deploying. We need to just get Hulkenberg back in towards Magnussen range, to be honest. And there's no time to do that than when you go round this corner and push as hard as you can. Vettel back up in 12th, closing in on Lando Norris. He has closed that gap with that big push that he did for him. And Seb's got, well, 1 lap, and then he's in going on to the softs. Oh, I really hope I haven't messed this up. If we want points, we've got to try something different, right? We have to try something different to other people. And I feel like going for a potential 2-stop, when people may do a 1-stop, or they're definitely going to have tyres that are struggling at the end, I feel like it could work out well for us. It could work out well. So Seb has just got to get to the end of this lap, and then he will be coming in. At the moment, though, both drivers sort of in a little bit of no man's land. We can't really see Norris as we're making our race here. We've got 5 seconds to Latifi with 4 seconds off Magnussen. So we're actually 6 seconds off Norris. Sorry, not 0.4. He's 0.4 off Gasly. So looks like we've got a bit of time here. Let's get Seb into the pits. Okay, so Seb is in. This is going to be interesting. I think we're going to come out pretty much near Hulkenberg. I think we are going to come out near Hulkenberg, but it's just a case of can we now make this work as Hulkenberg drains all of his battery. We're going to have a couple of laps just where he doesn't push the fuel. A 28-second pit stop for Seb, who's going to come out very, very close to Ricardo. Okay, not too bad. Let's keep you pushing then. Let's keep you pushing. We need to maximise these soft tyres as much as we can. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be. I'm really intrigued to see, are people dragging these mediums out to do mediums to hards? And if they are, it means we need to really make moves when we have fresh tyres, to be honest. I just can't see how you could do mediums to hards. It's going to drop off so much towards the end. Wait and see, I guess. Right, we've put the tyres to good use with Vettel, who has caught up Ricardo quite substantially. But we've also been caught up by Magnussen, which doesn't really make sense, according that he's on hard tyres and we're on fresh softs. But we do have DRS on Ricardo, so hopefully next time we come back, we've leapfrogged Ricardo and we've lost Magnussen, and we're going to make inroads a little bit onto Schumacher out in front of us. So it's push, push, push on these tyres. It's what we need to do. Hulkenberg's got his fuel back in line, so we can push back on him. And hopefully, we can jump some places again. Right, so some of the race leaders are now coming into pit, which is putting a bit of a spanner in the works. Vettel has got past Ricardo. It was an easy DRS overtake, but we can't shake him just yet. So I think we're gonna try and deploy down this long straight and see if we can put a bit of a gap between us. Hulkenberg sort of just being left on his own in a bit of no man's land. But yeah, Vettel is doing a good job of trying to pull away from Ricardo. I think we're going to have to push Nico actually on the next sort of straight. Vettel really trying to get away. Again, we're going to push down this straight there. We'll push on this straight again for Nico. Come on, Seb. Just hold him off again. It's that battle. It's always been that battle. We're going to leave them on deploy actually down this, because they'll get round these bends and come in. Lots of teams pitting again. It's just how are we going to make this work? Both drivers drain their battery. Okay, Vettel's up to 14th. Hulkenberg's up to 17th. Oh, it's going to be tense. It's going to be tense. Okay, more people pitting has put us up to 12th with Sebastian Vettel. Now, I think a lot of people are going to do... Oh, Tsunoda and Schumacher gone to mediums. They're doing a two-stopper. But Ricardo... 30 laps on the hards with Ricardo... Magnussen, Zhou probably can make it on 94%. I'm just not sure. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good... Surely they're going to have to save their tyres and it's going to affect their pace. Surely. Surely. As Vettel is holding on. He's holding Ricardo at bay. As again, we're going to get to that point there and put on deploy so they can go down this straight. Hulkenberg's doing a good job in 15th. I'm just worried that the strategy is going to mess him over a little bit. But... as I said at the beginning of the video, every video so far and every episode is actually helping me learn about strategies and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Vettel's desperately trying to break this gap to Ricardo behind him. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. We need Hulkenberg to close in on Magnussen, to be honest. We really do. How close is... Danny Rick? He's pretty damn close. Okay. You'll be coming into that section as well at a similar time. Leave it on neutral for now. They seem to be managing it quite well themselves. Oh, Norris 4 seconds ahead of us. He's the one we can't catch at the moment. Right, what we've done is we put Seb out on one more lap. And so he's going to come in on this lap. Ricardo did get past him. We missed... Well, I thought we could push him for one more, but we didn't. So we're going to get him to push as hard as he can with everything. We do have to keep an eye on fuel. Nico's still just in this sort of no man's land in 15th. He can't close up on Magnussen, but he is putting a gap to Zhou. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. So Vettel coming in for his final pit stop, going on to the hards, which will be... slow to start with. I do want to check that we did say it was going to be fully push on the hards. I mean, look how far we got the softs a little bit further, 24%. So he's going to be losing some grip. But let's see if we can work this out again. So what's that? About 10, 12, 13. Yeah, we're going to come out behind Schumacher, but hopefully some people will need to pit again. As Vettel's still having a little look at some moves on Ricardo. Even though he's coming in for a pits, I know we are telling him to push. Let's, where's Nico on the mini-map? Okay, we'll get him around this section and we'll get Nico to push again. But, yeah, we just need to make sure that I'm just worried about the strategy. I'm just fully worried about the strategy. That is literally all I'm worried about that's going to mess us over here. There was a chance, potentially a 10th, but I couldn't see how a one-stopper would work. I just couldn't see how that would allow us to keep pushing. I completely forgot to put Nico. Luckily, he's got a lot of the straight still to go for. Oh, Vettel's had a bit of a nightmare, but he's coming into the pits anyway, so we were going to lose that spot to Magnussen. Vettel's in. Yeah, he's in the pit lane. Okay. He's in. It's actually going to let Hulkenberg's going to jump in, but then Hulkenberg has to pit later again as well. So, yeah, it's interesting. Are we going to have a decent stop? It was 28 seconds total last time. So 3, 4. What is that as a stop? That is absolutely shocking. 4.3. That is absolutely horrendous, that stop. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely terrible stop from the pit crew there. We're out in front of Albon, just behind Schumacher. Vettel's got a lot on his hands now. Hulkenberg coming up to his pit window soon, surely. Yeah, he'll be in the pit window going on to the mediums. I'm just worried that... Oh, we're going to have enough, because it looks like Zhou's probably not going to stop again. I can't imagine those mediums getting to the end. Anyone on mediums, I just can't see getting to the end of this race. They're not the best tyre. They're eating away quite quickly. It's going to be very, very interesting, the end of this race. I'm just trying to figure this out with Nico. Could we potentially get onto the softs? How long would we have to drag? See, we could drop down to aggressive and end on softs. It's saying that's going to be... Whoa, maybe we do stick with that then. Nah, maybe we stick with it as it is. Could we potentially bring him in now? Could we potentially bring him in now? It's going to be touch and go if those mediums make it. No, let's stick with what it is. Stick with the strategy. We are learning as we go. So, yeah, and then it's just a case of making sure we manage the fuel, to be honest. Vettel has jumped back in front of Schumacher, which is awesome. So, yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so Hulkenberg is in for his pit stop. This is where, yeah, you know, strategists has to earn their money, right? This is what we want to do. He should come out in front of Albon, so it's not going to be absolutely dreadful. He should come out in Albon. 2.8, that's a much better stop for that crew. I feel like let's balance the fuel, just get that back in line.
All okay on fuel.
For Vettel.
What you want for speed.
We'll have a quick check of Hulkenberg's fuel when he's out. He should be fine. He should be able to get that back in line. So Hulkenberg 7 seconds off Schumacher, Vettel 2 seconds off Tsunoda. 17 laps to go. Both drivers really pushing hard. This is an interesting view. Cheers, game. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm looking at other people's tyres wear, and we are definitely going to jump people in the pits here. Schumacher's going to go again. Tsunoda surely has to go again. Ricciardo, Magnussen potentially. There's a lot of things to go as Vettel overtakes Tsunoda. Yeah, look, people are pitting. People are pitting. This could work out wonderfully well. Lots of people now coming into the pits. Oh my word, this is getting exciting. This is getting very, very exciting. Tsunoda's pitting. Right, this is Hulkenberg's chance. Hulkenberg's going to get Tsunoda. He's going to get Schumacher. Oh my word, who else is pitting now? We need more people to come into the pit. Zhou is going to have to pit as well. I think Magnussen and Ricciardo and Norris potentially. Oh my word, as long as the fuel holds out, we could be in with a chance here. And there we go. Ricciardo in the pits, Magnussen in the pits. Oh, we've got Vettel past them both. We didn't quite have enough for Hulkenberg to get past them both. Yes, they're on the softs, but we know we've got a strategy that can get all these tyres to the end of the race. Norris is definitely going to have to pit. Zhou is going to have to pit, which is 2 more people, which would put us up to 11th. Oh my word! If as long as the time's all right, this is everything's so tense. Everything's always so tense in this game. Vettel has overtaken Zhou with about 8 laps to go. Ocon is 16 seconds ahead of us. I don't think we're going to be able to catch him because he's also on fresher tyres. But another superb drive at the moment from Seb. It's just the fuel I'm a little bit worried about. We've been managing the ERS pretty well. I think you can see Zhou is just closing up on us a little bit there. But, yeah, I think as it gets to the final laps, if Zhou's still pushing, we're going to have to manage this ERS to allow us to push at the right times and harvest at the right times. So, but overall, it's going pretty well, and it could be another 12th place finish for Sebastian Vettel, which would be massive. Yeah, we come back and Zhou's got Vettel. It's a good move from Zhou, to be honest, round the outside with the DRS open. Vettel couldn't really do anything about it, but it's, again, we're not doing too bad. I mean, we could just deploy all of this now, if we can, down here.
You can use energy. Use energy.
Like that, and we're going to get him back with DRS again, and it's going to be, we need to do something to try and break this DRS. In fact, what I might do is if Zhou overtakes us again on the next DRS zone, I may reduce our fuel consumption and get dragged along in his DRS for a little while, and then it'll give us enough fuel to push at the end. I think that's what we're going to do. He's alright. He's still within our DRS. He's probably doing the same sort of tactic and pulling himself along. Hulkenberg is 8 seconds off Magnussen, but I'm not sure if Hulkenberg is getting... I don't think he's getting DRS off Verstappen, who's lapped him. I'm pretty sure he's not, because Verstappen looks well out in front. No, he's definitely not. So, sorry, Nico, but we're going to just focus on Seb for a bit, to be honest. Because this battle with Zhou, I think he's going to get us here, right? I think we go conserve on fuel. We let Zhou go past. Well, not let him go past, but make it slightly easier for him. Because this will kick in relatively soon. If we can let... Zhou's going to get past us on this DRS zone here. He definitely is. That's not Ocon in front of us, by the way. That's Latifi, I think who we're coming around to lap Latifi, which is just how bad Latifi's been. So, yeah, we're not going to be pushing as hard on this straight. So Zhou should catch us up and overtake us pretty easily here. Oh, Hulkenberg's locked up, you dickhead. So Zhou's looking at the move. He's going to run out. He's not going to do it, is he? He's not going to make it. No, he's not. He's crashed. Hulkenberg has crashed. Hulkenberg has crashed on turn 13. Oh, Nico, what are you playing at? He comes around, locks up, can't correct the corner. He's got a little bit of front wing damage. He's not lost his whole front wing, so we're just gonna... Nico, you're on your own, mate. You do you. You do you. We're sticking with Seb here. We're sticking with Seb. Minor front wing damage. Ignore that. Ignore that. Nico's not very good at... He's costing us a lot of components here, Nico. But, well, okay, well, we're conserving the fuel and we're still staying ahead of Zhou, so not much to worry about there. 5 laps to go. So with 3 laps to go, we've actually told Seb to deploy some of his battery. As I said, we've been working that ERS really well, and it's actually opened up a 1-second gap to Zhou, so I feel like we're doing alright. It's just the fuel that we need to worry about, to be honest. It's just the fuel. Nico's got his back in range, so he can go back to balanced. We just need to make sure we manage this with Vettel. 2 seconds now, the gap to Zhou. So 12th looks like it's going to be ours. So Verstappen has started his last lap. And Verstappen... So this is going to be Seb's last lap of the racetrack. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to have to do another one because Verstappen's behind him. I was looking at Hulkenberg. Okay, well, we're going to have to manage this. Zhou is now well back in range of us because we've been... trying to sort our fuel situation out, which is getting back into range, but it's going to be tough. Zhou might nick 12th off us right at the end. We're going to have to see how this works. He's going to have DRS open. He's going to be flying down here. Let's see if we can get on the review from behind. Ooh, he gets close into the back of us there. But yeah, this has been again one hell of a race. Seb has done really well. Hulkenberg, to be fair to him, has actually done a good job. He has got Tsunoda right on his tail now. We're going to push to balanced on that. But Seb is defending well. He's driving really well. At the moment, I know we're not even at the halfway stage yet, but at the moment, Seb is earning himself another contract if he wants it. So, I mean, Hulkenberg will be finishing after Verstappen, so he won't even have to finish that lap. But here comes Zhou. Can't make the move. We are 0.4 laps down, which is a little bit concerning. We do need to make sure that we have that enough. Annoyingly, if Verstappen had just lapped us, could get us again.
So this is last.
Yeah, last lap. It's us v Zhou on the last lap. And Verstappen has won it. Verstappen has won it, which means Hulkenberg is going to get 16th, which isn't too bad. Not too bad. Where did he start? 19th? 18th? I think he's gained a couple of places. Although Sonoda is right on his tail, right at the end. We're just going to tell him to push. I think deploy is on. So we're trying everything we can for Hulkenberg to keep that 16th spot. And I think he's going to get it. He does get it. 16th. Lovely stuff from Hulkenberg. As we're still watching on with Sebastian Vettel. Can he hold off Guan Yu Zhou on this final lap? There's a 0.3 second gap. We're still deploying everything we can. I'm just worried. I don't want to go into... We've got 0 kilograms left. 0.4 under of the laps. Oh. We've got to hope that ERS can get us over the line. It's all gone a little bit quiet. I think we've run out of fuel. We've run out of fuel. Oh no. Oh, Seb. I'm so sorry. Seb was up in 12th and I didn't do it long enough. Oh, Seb. Seb finishes 20th. He's out of the Grand Prix with no fuel. Oh, Seb. It was going so well. Does he finish? Oh, my word. He finishes 14th because everyone else was lapped. So technically we only lost 2 positions with him not finishing the race. I think. It does have an X, so I'm not too sure what happens there. Because here it does have him... We're staying 15th. I think we might have got lucky. Nico Hulkenberg jumps up 3 places to 18th, which is fine. In the constructor, we say 9th, because we still need to get that point. But... Wow, Seb, I'm so sorry, Seb. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, lots of experience points coming in. As you can see, Frederick Vesti getting plenty in here as well, which is awesome. Yeah, lovely stuff. Let's go and see if anyone's got any points to use. 3 million back into the bank. Oh, man, Seb, I'm so sorry. So we do have another point for Frederick Vesti to invest. So I think we just got to start upping his braking, I think. Really get this pace stuff up to where it needs to be. I don't know if anyone else has got one. Nico hasn't got any. Seb does have 1 point. I don't mind all of this. This is good. This is good. Maybe we'll just whack it into cornering for him and try and get him, again, working on his pace. But there we go. Oh. So I think, do we need another? It automatically puts on another front wing for Nico with his minor bit of damage. Let's have a quick check at the calendar then. So we've got a sponsorship to do. We've got the manufacturing complete of our underfloor. Another sponsorship event. Rear wing design is complete. That's awesome. Facility upgrade complete, which is really good. So we've got a lot of things to work with and get involved before the Spanish Grand Prix, which will be coming up next. Let's see how they felt about that. Max Verstappen won it. Forced to retire. Watchmen disappointed that the team performed below expectations. I don't mind too much about that. So it does look like Seb classes as a retirement, not as a finish in 15th. So, which is a little bit of a shame. Braking performance of Sebastian Vettel could be improved. Okay, that's not an issue. That is what we put it into. But there we go. We'll be back for the next episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe if you're enjoying the series, all that good stuff. This obviously is a second channel and it is in its growing stage. But that was awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.